Namaste. I'm gonna switch music. Okay. First up is Yoga Sutra. Okay. Sorry. So today is 19, correct? Namaste. Sa karbayam devibitahu upaya pratyayo Pavapratyayashijam Tatropaya pratyayo yoginam bhavati Pavapratyayo videha prakriti layanam videhanam devanam Pavapratyayaha Dehi Siva samsukara maturo papayogena Siva samsukara maturo payogena. That's number 3. I'm gonna double check this text after I finish reading it. Bhagatena, Bhagatena, Bhagatena. Siva samsukang ramaturo Bhagatena, Chititena, Kaivalya pada mivang anubhavanantaha. Siva samsukang rabipangakam. Tatang jangati yakamati vahayananti. Tatang jangati yakamati vahayananti. Tatang prakriti layaha sathikare jatasi. Prakriti line kavalia padamivano pavananti. Yavanana punara baltate tikara vasha chichitamiti punara baltate tikara vasha chichit punara baltate tikara vasha chichitamiti. Okay, so I need to check everything in this page. It's really fuzzy. How do I do this? I'm gonna take one of the books out of... Which one should I use? This one. Okay, so let me check everything here. I'm gonna take this out so I could compare it. Sakaral vayanda vivitaha upaya pratyayo pavapratyaya shicham tarupaya pratyayo yoginam pavati pavapratyayo videha pratkriti layanama videha nama videham devana prava pratyayahu dehi Siva samsikara matro yogena Jititena kavaya padamivanu bhavanat Siva samsikara vipakam tatajat. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I mean, you see how fuzzy this whole page is. Look at that. Look at what the heck is, you know. This is fine, that's fine. So, all right, moving on. Let me pull that page back up here. I have two monitors, so I was utilizing both monitors so I could easily compare the two texts. The same concentration is, as everyone knows, of two kinds. It is produced either by the means or by worldly. Of these two, that produced by the means is the one to which yogins attain. It caused by worldly is the one to which the discarnate attain, and to which those who are resolved into primary matter attain. The discarnate, that is, the gods, attain to it caused by worldly, the world. For insofar as their mind stuff uses only their own subliminal impressions, they experience a quasi-state of isolation and pass beyond. The fruit corresponding to their own subliminal impressions ripens. And pass beyond it, and the fruit corresponding to their own subliminal impressions ripens. And whatever. I'm not gonna read anything within the brackets. I'm sorry. Likewise, those whose bodies are resolved into primary matter experience a quasi-state of isolation during which the mind, with its task still undone, is resolved into primary matter. But this lasts only till the mind stuff, under the pressure of its task, returns. Next up, Veda. Wish I had better texts. The most modernized version is not reliable. The older versions are not legible. Something's gotta give, man. I mean, God, I'm not asking humans. It's a clear text, too much to ask. I mean, some people ask for a lot of money, and I do ask for money too, but someone read the right thing, you know. Okay. It's chapter 31 today. I'm gonna actually utilize that thing. I'm trying to make my channel prettier. Okay. Nice and big. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Asmakam mitra varuna vatam ratama dityai rudrae vasuphiha sacha puvan pra yadevayo na papatanam vasamanasapati papatanam vasamanasapari shiravasyavo horoshvi vananto vanashadaha atha samana udapatang sajoshaso ratham devanso api kikushu panjayuma yatan shabaha padyan pisati trato rajaha pertibyan sanao jangan kanananta panui piha utang siang na inendro Bisheva Jaisha Nuil Divaha Shaltena Marutena Sukratuha Anu Nu Sutang Dia Borokang Piru Dipi Ratam Mahe Sanaye Pajasa Taye Utang siang Devo Puvana siang Sakosha Nui Sita Bashirtua Gna Piha Sajoshua Jujubadiratama Ilua another version Ilan Pago Borohada Divotan Budasi Bushua Boram Tira Shabi Na Batan Pati Utan Tien Devi Supage Mitu Durushopsho Sanakatan Jagatamapi Juvan Sutushwe Yadevan Burtibi Nabiasan Pachaha Sita Doshijan Vayasatari Vayan Upasatire Utan Baha Shamsamushi Jan Miban Shemasya Hilbutnio Jan Ekapan Dutam Teritan Rapukushwa Sabitan Jano Datepan Napanda Shuheman Tiang Shami Etan Po Bashimiudiatan Yajatran Atakushanana Yabo Naviase Samu Shiravasya Panjam Chakana Sabatilna Ratio Aha Ti Dimashya Namaste. Hymn 31. Help Varuna and Mitra, O ye twain, allied with Vasus, Rudras, and Adityas, help our car, that, as the wild birds of the forest from their home, our horses may fly forth glad, eager for renown. Now ye gods of one accord, speed on our car, what time among the folk it seeks an act of might, when, hasting through the region with the stamp of hoofs, our swift steeds trample on the ridges of the earth. Or may our Inandra hear, the friend of all mankind, coming from heaven, most wise, girt by the Marut host, accompany with aid untroubled by a foe, our car to mighty gain, to win the meed of strength. Or may the Vashurdwa, God who rules the world with power, one-minded with the goddesses, speed forth our car. Ilwa and Paga, the celestial, earth and heaven, Bo-Shan, Borananti, and the Ashevins, ruling lords, or seen alternate, those two blessed goddesses, morning and night, who stir all living things to act. While with my newest song I praise you both, O earth, that from what moves not ye may spread forth threefold food. Your blessing is a boon for suppliants we desire, the dragon of the deep, and Aja Ekapad. Trita Vipukushon Savitai shall join us and the flood's swift child in our worship and our prayer. These earnest prayers I pray to you, ye holy, to pay you honor. Living men have formed them. Men faint to win the prize and glory. May they win as a car horse might the goal, your notice. Okay, next up is what am I doing? Upanishads. Upanishad, not Shad. Sha is spelled differently in Sanskrit. Some humans. Humans can't tell the difference between Sha and Sha. Even cats know the difference. So what does that say about humans? And they call it nuances. Not all of them. Some of them do. They call it. Oh, the difference between Sha and Sha. Oh, you mean the nuances and sounds? What the? What are you listening to every day, sir? Sorry, these are the real conversations I have in public. I tell them, the problem with the society might be that the language is limited to the point that it's messing up people's logic. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, we don't have a differentiation between ja and cha, and na, and noir, like the French. Noir, doigt, moi, moi. Anyway. And bunch of so many, like da and ta, or de and toi. Toi and toi. We don't have any. So that's gonna limit people's IQs basically. People speak according to their IQ, but most of the time, right? Unless they're agitated. Okay, I'm done with Raga Veda. Upanishads. Book 2, chapter 6 today. Alright, so that says book 5. So I must find book 2. And chapter 6. Yay, found it. The only thing that works in life is when I find Sanskrit texts. Yeah, and it's hard to find them. Finding them itself is work. There we go. Namaste. Iti pancha. Oh no, that's the ending of the. I get confused. Bashishwo panchavitama samopansitajam himkarovayah prasatavo gava udagi toshevah patiharah purusho nitanam pavananti hasya pashavah pashamanam pavati ya etadevam vidavanam pashishwa panchavitama samopasatem. See, this is messing me up because I gotta pronounce both of them because one of them might be right and the other might be wrong. Have you thought about that, humans? I know the Sanskrit is a lot more generous than like a digital computer language, but still, there can be only one, in my opinion. The language should be specific. Otherwise, you're uttering gibberish. Why you're uttering gibberish for? You got a lot of time on your hand? Making mistakes. Throw the wrong ideas on purpose. See if they figure it out. No, that's not how a language works, sirs. Nice bird. Language should be as specific. You want to get a specific point across, so you use a specific set of phrases or words. Okay, I got So some of my complaints. 6. Canon rule. Let a man meditate on the fivefold āmēn in animals. The hingangara is goats. The prasitava, sheep. The udagita, cows. The pratihara, horses. The nitana, men. Animals belong to him, nay, he is rich in animals, who knowing this meditates on the fivefold āmēn as animals. I love animals. Some humans might operate a lot better as animals. And you get to come back every 15 years or so, 10, 15 years. But say, imagine if you're a bear living in Jersey somewhere. 15 years later, you're a bear again. Baby bear, adult bear, an old bear, die again, a baby bear again. Okay, moving on. Okay, the last one is Shrimad Bhagavatam, the most intimidating Vedic literature. And it says, if you read just a little bit of Shrimad Bhagavatam, it'll liberate you. Yeah, because it's really, really hard. It will liberate if they forgot to add if you know. They didn't consider, they didn't take into account the fact that like 0.00001% might be able to read Shrimad Bhagavatam in the original Sanskrit. Like here, this will set you free. Like, yeah, I don't know how to use this, or if you figure it out, figuring it out takes like 20,000 years. Okay, I didn't live 20,000 years. Not in this body. The number might be significant though, because whatever that comes in our mouth, it was ordained that it come out of. So every BS that come out of your mouth is ordained to. Yes, it was all ordained to come out of my mouth. Seriously, seriously, jokingly. All right. I should make that a little prayer. What was that? Yay. Alright. Shrimad Bhagavatam. Chapter 21 today. Book 3. I'll teach you some Sanskrit. So it says Tritiyo, Tru means 3. Tritiyo Dhyayaha. So it means book 3. Third book. Okay. They didn't give a... they didn't. If you're supposed to navigate, after you find the book, they don't give a... I guess so. 12, 21. I have to scroll manually. 14. This can't be this hard. I'm sorry. Oh no, I was wrong. This is book. This is self. The text itself is 3. So what I read was not third book. It means third chapter. Sorry, I was coming from another book. Here we go. Book 21. Found it. Double checking. Yes, okay. Alright, I'm gonna need my medicine for this. Because this is really hard. This is the hardest Vedic literature, if you ask me. The only exception being the broken Sanskrit text of the Buddhacharita, Buddhacharitam. It's the only other book I could think of harder than this book. This is like number 2 hardest for sure. Shrimad Bhagavatam. Oof. Yeah, they say it'll liberate you because it's impossible to read. That's it's really advanced. That's my point. Medicine and then. Sorry, it's still taking a point. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, I'm back. There you go. This is gonna be fun. Yes, this is what I do for fun. He has no life. No, yeah, this is my life. He has a sad life. Humans. He thinks he's not human. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Ekavimshotyaya Vidurang Upanjang Sevayam Puvasiyang Jang Manobasham Manol Vashaha Paramasamam Paramasamamataha Katyatang Bhagavana Yatra Maitunenai Tidit Maitunenai Tire Prajang Puriya Pratotang Napang Sutang Sevayam Puvasiyang Pai Yatang Taimam Jugopatuha Sabadavi Babatim Mahima Tasya pai tuhitang brahmana devahutiti vishrutang patni prajapaterukatang kaldamasya devayanaka. Tasyam sa pai mahayogi yukatang yang yogalakushonoiho 사살장 까띠탕 비리암 따는매 슈슈루셔베 마당 루치리용 바가방하는 브라흐마는 다크쇼 방한 브라흐마노허 수타허 여탕 사살장 부당니 나부트방한 파리암 자 마나비무 마이트레양 우방장 브라장허 스르자티 바가방하는 깔다모 브라흐마노디타흐 사라스바티양 타파스타페 사스라노암 사마 다샹 타타흐 사마티유크테나 그리야 요게나 깔다마흐 사문뿌라데페 하림 바그티양 바라바는나 바라다 쇼셔무 땅바트 브라사는 노 바가방하는 보실까라 구셔허 그릇대 유게 달샤양아망사 담 구셔드따흐 샤부담 브라흐마 나타드 바푸흐 사담 비라자 말강 팜 시타파드 모트 팔라스라자무 스니그드타린 스니그드타니랑 라카브라타 바그트라 부잠 스니그드타니랑 라카 스니그드타니랑 라카브라타 바그트라 부잠 니라조문 바라무 비라조문 바라무 길이 두이남 구는들리남 샹은카자크라가다 타라무 시베토트 발라그리 더나감 마나허스파샤스미 테쿠셔너무 비니아스타짜라노문 포자맘사데시 비니아스타짜라노문 포자맘사데시 비니아스타짜라노문 포자맘사데시 가루트 마타흐 드르셔트방아 케바스티탐 바쿠셔허시리탐 가우스투 파까는 타라무 자다 할쇼 빠따는 물트나 자다 할쇼 빠따는 물트나 구쇼이땅 나부타마노라타흐 길 피스트바 피아고르 길 피스트바 피아고르노 드브리티스바 파바바 길 피스트바 피아고르노 드브리티스바 파바트마 그렇단 자리허 머쇼이로방창 주실담 바탕디야 킬라사트바라 셰흐 삼시드티아마크슈노스타바 달샤나는 나흐 야드 달샤남 자나마피리 두여 사드피랑 샹사테 요기노 루터 요강흐 예 마야양 때 하타메타사스트바드바다라비는담 하타메타사스트바드 하타메타사스트바드바다라비는담 파바시는 투 보따무 우pan사테 까말라바야 슈엄 라시샤 까마는 니라야피 까마는 니라야피 예 시우허 따탕 상장함 바리보투 까마허 사마나시람 그러하메타테누무 우페이방하는 무람마셰셔 무람 두랑샤야흐 까마두캉은 크리바시양 까마두캉은 크리바시양 버르장 빠테스테 빠짜상 티샹 따는 띠양 로카흐 길라얌 까마하 또누바드타흐 까마하또누바드타흐 아함짱 로카누가또 바하미 발림짱 슈쿠마니미쇼야 두피암 로kam셰짱 로카누가땅 바숑셰짱 히트방 시리땅 스테 자라노 타파트람 파라스 파람 드바드구노방 다시 투비유셔 니리양 비땅 데하 탈마흐 드바드구노방 다시 투비유셔 니리양 비따 데하 탈마흐. One more. How long is this thing? Push. It's long. 56 shlokas. I'm not even halfway there. I'm not even 1/3 there. Panasaparam 드바드구나방 다시 투비유셔니리양 비따데하 탈마흐 나 대자라 그쇼프라미랑 유레쇼 대자라 그쇼프라미랑 유레쇼 드라요다샤람 드리샤탐 샤시투이빠방 샤는 내미야 나는 따뜻차디 샤는 내미야 나는 따뜻차디 야뜨뜨리노 피카라 라스로토 자가다 쯔치디야 타바트 에카흐 스바얌 사느 자가타흐 시스르 고쇼양 드비티야야 뜨마느니 디요가마야양 드비티야야 뜨마느나티 드비티야야 뜨마느나티 요가마야양 스르자시아다흐 방시 분얼그라시 슈요세 다툴너나 필파가바느 스바샤크티피흐 나이타드 바땅 티샹 바담 따베프시땀 야는마 야양 나스타누슈에 푸다수 구시마느 푸다수 구시마무 아누그라하 야스드바피 얄히 마야양 라사트 툴라시양 다누방 빌라쿠슈이타흐 땀 드바누 푸디오 파라틱 땅크리양을 탐 드바누 푸디오 파라타크리양을 탐 스바마야양 발티 딸로카타다는 드라무 나마미야 피쿠슈남 나마니야 바다 사로자 말을 비야시 나마니야 바다 사로자를 나로니 나마니야 바다 사로자 말을 비야시 마나니 나마니야 피쿠슈남 나마니야 바다 사로자 말 나마니야 바다 사로자 말을 비야시 나마니야 바다 사로자 말을 비야시 까마발샤마 러쇼이르방장 이티아벨리감 브라누토 부정 나 파스타마 바파쇼에 브라누토브자나 파스타마 바파쇼에 브라누토브자나 파스타마 바파쇼에 브라누토브자나 파파 이티아벨리감 브라누토브자나 파스탐 브라누토브자나 브라누토브자마 Janang Pranutobu Janang Pasama Pasata Pranutobu Janang Pasatama Bapashwe. I'll take it. Bacha Samurutena Supana Pakushopari Rochamanahu Paramasmito de Vikushona Vipramadu Pruh Paramasmito de Vikushona Vipramad Paramasmito de Vikushona Vipramadu Pruh Paramasmito de Vikushona Vipramadu Pruh Shri Bhagavan Nuvanjang Piditavang Tabang Chaitiam Me Puraivan Samayoji Tat Yadaltamat Maniyamaisit Vayaivan Ham Samalchitah Nang Pain Jang Tu Borushoivan Siat Brajang Tiakusho Madalhanam Pavad Viteshivan Titaram Pavad Viteshivat Titaram Mayi Sanganguru Pitang Manam Prajang Patisutta Samuranan Manovikiang Tamangalah Brahma Baltam Yotivasana Shasati Sabudal Novam Mahim San Jehan Vipura Rajal Mahishuyo Shataru Payang Yang Siati Didra Kushusatavam Parashivo Talmakovidah Atmaja Masita Pangangim Payahashi Laguruna Nambitam Murugayanantim Patim Tansiatianuru Payate Prapo Samahitam Te Hurudayam Yatreman Parivatasarana San Devam Brahmana Durapavatuha Kamamashu Pavishyati Pajishyati Yang Dan Atma Purutam Biriam Navatang Prasavishyati Birien Devadiye Broshoyan Atasianan Tianjasatmanaha Atasianan Tianjasatmanaha Devam Jang Samyagano Shurtvoya Nidesham Ma Ushatatamaha Mai Til Ti Kurutang Shesho Kriyan Alto Man Prapatasyas Kurutavang Tayang Jang Jiveshu Tatatavang Jang Payama Tamavan Mayang Tamanam Saha Jagadurukushuya Siyatamani Jang Pi Mam Saham Sivam Shakalayang Devadaviriano Mahamune Davan Kushwetre Devahu Diam Branweshuye Tateva Samhitam Maitreyan Upanjang Evam Damano Pa Shuyota Bhagavan Pratyakakushajah Jagama Vinundu Sarasah Sarasvatiyan Parishiritat Nirikushatasatasyan Yaya Vashasha Siddha Teshivara Pishudwa Tang Siddha Tamalgaha Yaya Vashasha Siddha Teshivara Pishudwa Tang Siddha Timalgaha. No, I can't move on. Are you kidding me? Just because I said it right without respecting the connection? No, I can't go on. Sorry, part of my mind is trying to convince myself, you said it, move on. I'm not taking that easy. I'm sorry, I have my standards. I mean, Sanskrit is what it is now because, humans became heedless in regards to language. You want me to do the same? I don't think so. All right, here we go. Namaste. So I'm talking to myself. Niri kushatang, niri kushatasat, niri kushatasatasiyan, yayan vashashasid teshivaran, pishatutatsid timaigahu, siditang, sorry. Yayan vashashasid teshivaran, pishatutatsid tamaigahu, kalnoyana, patarara, tenandra pakush, hoi ruchajang aritam. Like, part of my mind says move on. No. That sounded like a baby learning to utter speech, saying it for the first time, which is what I am. But still, I have to get it right. Kalnoyana, tatara la tenandra, tatara la tenandra pakushairu jangaritam, sutoma mudil nova sama, sutoma mudil no sama. Atan samanparasatitem shukle kadaimo Bhagavana Rashviha sute sema binandu sarasi tam kalam pratipalayana manuha siyanandanama sataya shantakamam paparichu chadama shantakamam paparichu chadama Aropyan sevam tuhitaram sapariyah pariyatana mahima. Tasamina sutanan bananahani Bhagavana yatasama dishat upayada shramapadam muneha Shananta Vratasya Tat Yasamina Bhagavato Netrana Niyapanana Patanana Shuru Binandavaha Netrana Niyapatanana Shuru Binandavaha Netrana Niyapatanana Shuru Binandavaha Kurupayang Samampari tasya prapanelpitayang purashama tadavai binandusaro nama sarasvatiyang paripulutama punuyam shivam murutajalam mahalshvigana savitama punuya durumam latang jalaiha punuya durumalatang jalaiha Kujata punya murugada vijaiha salvaltu pala poshipang tuyam panaraji shriyanam vitama matatata vijaganoil kushatam matatata vijaganoil Madata bijaganoil kushitam Madata pramari vipramama Madata pahitnato topama hubayana Madata pahinato topama hubayana Madata pahinato topama hubayana Madata kokilama Kada mamba jamambakang shokaka danja bahula sanaya. Whoa, wow. My brain just went boom internally and in a small scale. Yeah, it just went. I can't take it anymore. Take a break. Download overload. 40 Shloka 42. 42 is one of my favorite numbers. 15 more to go. Okay, can my brain handle it now? My small, tiny human brain. He tests his own self. Oh, crap. And the crap that comes out of my mouth. Kadamam bacharamam pang. Kadamam bachamam pakang shokakaranan jabahula sanaiha. I could move on, but no. I have to get it. I don't know. It's hard to describe what my standard is. It has to be coherent, at least word by word, you know. Kadamam bachamam pakang shokakaran. Kadamam bachamam pakang shokakaranan jabahula sanaiha. Kununda mananda raku. Jai Shuchu Dan Potaira Langan Kuratama. Way back to back one line words. And there are hard words. Kununda Manandara Kutta Jai Shuchu Dan Potaira Langan Kuratama. Kununda Manandara Kutta Jai Shuchu Dan Kununda manandara kutto jai shuchu tapotaira langan kuratama. Almost. Kununda manandara kutto jai shuchu tapotaira langan kuratama. Karanan davaiha pulavai hasaiha. Koralai jalakuka kutaiha. Koralai jalakuka kutaiha. Sara Saisha Chakra Bacha Kaisha Chang. Sara Saisha Chakra Bacha. I lowered the volume of my music a little bit here. It's already low, but why is it loud? Oh, because I reinstalled the whole laptop. I have to change the setting later. Sara Saisha Chakra Bacha Chang. Chakorai Balgu. Chakorai Balgu Kujitama Tataiva Harinoiha Kurodoiha Shiva Vidagavaya Kunjaraiha Shiva Vidagaya Kunjaraiha. Chai Hari. Oh no, another one line hard word. Kopucha Chai Hari Pilmail 말깔나 꼴날나 피필버릇담 꽃불째 차에 하리 필말까 말깔 꽃불째 차에 하리 피말깔나 꼴날나 피필버릇담. No, I can't pass that. Sorry. 꽃보채 차에 하리 필 말깔 not 말깔 꽃보채 차에 하리 꽃보채 차에 하리 필 말깔 꽃보채 차에 하리 필 말깔 꽃보채 차에 하리 필 말깔이라 나꼴라일 나 피필버릇담. Is there anything that's another like harder than this? No, that's easy. That's okay. Alright, so that might be the hardest word, and then after that should be smooth sail. Okay, here we go. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필마일까이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필막 마일까이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필마일까이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필마일까이. meow. Moving on, I said meow. That's the entire thing. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필마일까이 나 꿀라이 나 필버릇 meow. Dama. No wonder nobody wants to subscribe anymore. It's like creator giving himself migraine again for the third time of the day. He's going easier on himself. It should be the seventh time. I could take more medicine. And I'm gonna try this for like 10 more times. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna take more medicine. That's why I do what I do. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필 말까이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필 말까이 나 꿀라이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필 말까이. 꽃부즈 차이 하리 필 말까이 나 꿀라이 나 필버릇담. 브라비시앙 따뜻딜 타바라마 디랑 자흐 사하트마자흐 따달샹 무니마 시남 따스미는 후따 샤나무 비디오 따마남 빠푸쇼 따빠시우그라 유정 지라무 나 티쿠쇼맘 파가바타흐 스니그타 방은가 발로카나트 스니그타 방은가 발로카나트 다들 비양 흐르다 무르다 깔라 비유 셔시라바는 원나임 다들 비양 흐르다 무르다 깔라 비유 셔시라바는 원나짱 프랑슌 바드마 팔라 샤쿠숑 자투일람 지라바 사사무 우파삼시리티양 말리남 야타이 하너마 삼스그릇담 야타이 하너마 삼스그릇담 아토토 자무 빠야담 누르다밤 브라노담 보라흐 사파리아양 파리아그르흐너 뜨파티나는 디아 노드루 비에파양 파리아그르흐너 뜨파란 파리아그르흐너 뜨파티나는 디아 누루파양 그르히 땅에 하라 하노 그르히 땅에 하노마 시남 사미야땀 뿌리노야는 무니흐 스마라는 파가바당 데샤미티양 하 실라크 슈노양 기랑 누남 장은끄라마넘 대방 사탕 삼라크쇼노양 떼 바탕양 장사탕 야스드밤 하레흐 샤크틸히 방알리니 열개는 드바그니는 드라바 유남 야마탈마 뿌라짜따삼 루방누이 스타나 아타트세 따스마이 슈쿠라 양떼 나마흐 나 야동 라타마 스타 양 자이트람 마누이가 넓비땀 베스풀 자쭈짜는 두어 고다는 두어 베스풀 자쭈짜는 더 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 고다는 두어 라테는 드라사야는 나칸 스바사이니아 짜라 넣고 슈는 놈 스바사이니아 짜라 넣고 슈는 놈 페파야는 마는덜람 푸바흐 비카이셔는 Puruhatim Senam Pariyatasyam Shumanivam Dadaiva Setavahu Sebe Balna Sharamana Mani Manantanahu Balna Sharamani Ban Balna Sharamani Banantanahu Bhagavadra Chitang Rajanan PD에라는 마땅 다시유 피흐 아탈마시장 사메테땅 로로바일비앙은 꼬샤일너러 피흐 로로바일비앙은 꼬샤일너러 피흐 샤양네 뜨바이 로고얌 다시유 그라스또 비낭은 꼬슈어 비낭은 꼬슈여티 아타비 부러주체 드밤 비라 야달탐 드바미하 가타흐 나드바얌 늘비알리 깨남 늘비알리 깨남 프라티파디야마헤 호르당에 Namaste iti Shrimad Bhagavate Mahapuranwe Paramahamsiyam Samitayam Durati Yasukadante Ekabim Shotyayah. What just happened? Fuck translation, and then I'll take a real break. And that's it, actually. Translation, and that's it. Discourse 21. Vidura said, the line of Swayambhuva Manu was the one most esteemed. Pray, give me, O worshipful sage, on account of that race, the progeny of which multiplied through sexual union. The two sons of Swayambhuva, Puriyavrata and Uddanapada, piously ruled over the entire globe with its 7 divisions. His daughter, known by the name of Devahuti, O holy Brahmanu, has been spoken of by you as the spouse of the sage Kaldama, O Lord of created beings, O sinless one. How many issues did that great yogi beget through that princess who was endowed with the 8 limbs of yoga? Pray tell me all this, keen as I am to hear it. Similarly, O Holy One, tell me how the worshipful Ruchi and Dakusha, a son of Brahma, procreated children after securing as their wife the other 2 daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. Maitreya replied, commanded by Brahma in the words, beget children. The worshipful Kaldama practiced the penance on the bank of the river Saraswati for a period of 10,000 years. During that penance, the sage Kaldama devoutly waited upon Shri Hari, the bestower of blessings on those who flee to him for protection, through various modes of worship accompanied by deep meditation. Pleased, O Vidura, the lotus-eyed Lord showed himself to him at the beginning of Satya Yuga in a form consisting of his own divine essence, which is ordinarily known only through the divine word. Kaldama beheld the Lord in his purely divine form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies and clad in spotless silk, his lotus face fringed with sleek dark locks of curly hair. Adorned with a crown and earrings, he held his conch, discus, and mace, and a white lily to play with, while his smiling look captivated the heart. Having set his lotus feet on the shoulders of Garuda, he stood in the air with a golden streak on his breast and the famous Kaustuba gem suspended from his neck. Having realized the ambition and full of joy, the sage fell prostrate, with his head touching the ground, and began to extol the Lord in the following words, with a mind naturally full of love, and his palms joined. The sage said, Ah, the fruit of our eyes has been fully attained today by beholding you, the repository of all goodness, whose sight, O praiseworthy Lord, is coveted even by yogis established in yoga after going through higher and still higher births. Your lotus feet are a veritable vessel to take one across the ocean of mundane existence. Only they who have been deprived of their senses by your Maya worship those feet with a view to attaining the trivial and momentary pleasures of sense that can be had even in hell. You, however, O Lord, bestow on them such pleasures of sense too. You are a bush-yielding tree, while my heart is impure. Therefore, desirous of marrying a girl of like disposition, that may prove a veritable cow of plenty in my married life, I too have likewise sought the shelter of your feet, which are the source of all blessings. Smitten by desire, this world, O Lord of the universe, is bound by the cord of the word uttered by you, the Lord of created beings. Following the ways of the world, I too, O embodiment of unalloyed virtue, bear offerings to you who appear as time. Turning their back on worldly-minded men, as well as on the beasts who follow them, your devotees seek your feet that afford shelter like an umbrella, and meet the requirements of the body by drinking the inebriating nectar of your praises uttered before one another. Your wheel, which has 3 navels, rotates round the axle of the imperishable Brahma. It has 13 spokes, 360 joints, 6 rims, and numberless leaves carved on it. Though cutting short the span of life of the entire creation by its revolution, this wheel of tremendous velocity cannot touch the lifespan of these. O Lord, though one, you assume in yourself the Yogamaya, which is no other than you, with the view to creating the universe, with the help of potencies like Satatava, etc., bring forth and preserve and will then reabsorb the universe into yourself, even as the spider spins a cobweb, maintains it, and then swallows it up. Although it is not liked by you, O Supreme Lord, that you should provide us by dint of your Maya with the pleasures of sense, let them come to us for our ultimate goal. When you have appeared before us in a form adorned with the splendid wreath of tulasi leaves, a form which looks finite through Maya. Although by virtue of your self-realization you have ever ignored the consequences of your activity, you have conducted the affairs of the world by your own Maya, and showered the desired blessings even on those who adore you with some interested motive. I repeatedly bow to you, whose lotus feet are worthy of reverence to all. Maitreya resumed, sincerely extolled in the aforesaid words, who shone on the shoulders of Garuda, replied in accents sweet as nectar, his eyebrows gracefully moving as he regarded the sage with a smile full of affection. The Lord said, having come to know what was in your mind, I have already arranged that for which you have worshipped me well through discipline of the mind and senses, etc. Worship offered to me by those who have solely fixed their mind on me, particularly by people like you, O Lord of created beings, can never go in vain. Emperor Swayampava Manu, who is celebrated for his righteous acts, rules over the earth bounded by the 7 oceans, having his seat in Brahmavarta. Accompanied by his spouse, Queen Shatarupa, that royal sage, who knows the secret of Dharma, will come to see you, O holy Brahmanu, the day after tomorrow, and will give away his dark-eyed daughter, who has attained the marriageable age, is possessed of a noble character and commendable virtues, and is on the lookout for a match to you who are worthy of her, O Lord of created beings. Being just the type on which you have set your heart all these long years, that princess, O holy sage, will soon be yours and will serve you to your heart's content. She will bring forth 9 daughters out of the seed sown in her by you, and through the daughters sprung from your loins, sages will duly beget children. And with your heart cleansed by properly carrying out my command, and having resigned to me the fruit of all your acts, you will finally attain to me. Showing compassion to living beings, you will attain self-realization, and giving assurance of safety to all, you will perceive your own self as well as the universe, identified in me and myself in you. Manifesting a part of my divine being through your wife Devahuti, along with your 9 daughters, a great sage, I shall instruct her in the system of philosophy that deals with the ultimate principles or categories. Maitreya went on. Having thus spoken to him, the Lord, who reveals himself only when the senses are turned inward, departed from the lake called Bindusarovara, which was encircled by the river Saraswati. While the sage stood looking on, the Lord led by the path leading to Vaikuntha, a path which is extolled by all great Siddharthas, listening to the hymns forming the basis of the Sama Veda and uttered by the wings of Garuda. Even after the departure of the Lord, the worshipful sage Gaidama stayed on the strand of the Bindusarovara, awaiting the time. Swayamunpuva Manu, with his spouse, mounted his gold-plated chariot, and taking his daughter along with him and journeying all over the globe, reached the aforementioned hermitage of the sage, who had just completed his vow on the very day foretold by the Lord, O Vidura. The holy Bindusarovara, which overflowed with the water of the river Saraswati and was resorted to by hosts of eminent sages, and whose water was not only wholesome but also sweet as nectar, was so called because drops of tears had fallen thereon from the eyes of the Lord, overwhelmed as he was by extreme compassion directed towards the sage, who had sought his protection. The lake was rich in fruits and flowers of all seasons, inasmuch as it was surrounded by clusters of sacred trees and creepers affording shelter to holy beasts and birds that uttered various cries, and was adorned with rows of forest trees. It resounded with the notes of overjoyed birds, and was the scene of the humming of intoxicated bees. Merry peacocks proudly danced, and merry cuckoos called one another. The lake was hemmed round by Kadamamba, Jamampaka, Ashoka, Karanja, Bakula, Asana, Gunanda, Manandara, Kurtaja, and young mango trees, and echo with the pleasing notes of Karalandavas, balabas, swans, ospreys, waterfowls, cranes, chakaravakas, and chakoras. And it was infested with deer, boars, porcupines, gayals, elephants, baboons, lions, monkeys, mangooses, and musketeer. Entering that most sacred spot with his daughter and going near the sage, the first monarch saw him sitting there, having propitiated the sacred fire. He shone most brilliant with his body, which, though engaged in austere penance for a long time, was not much emaciated, because the Lord had cast his affectionate glance at him, and he had also quaffed with his ears the nectar flowing from the moon-like words of the Lord. The sage was of high stature, had eyes big as the petals of a lotus, wore matted locks, was clad in rags, and looked untidy like an unpolished gem. Seeing the monarch come to his hermitage, and bowing before him, the sage greeted him and received him with due honor. When the king had sat down calm and collected after receiving the sage's attentions, the latter, who recalled the instructions of the Lord, spoke to him, delighting him with his soft accents. The tour undertaken by you, O Lord, is surely intended to protect the virtuous and kill the wicked, embodying, as you do, the protecting energy of Shri Hari. It is you who assume the forms of the sun god, the moon god, the god of fire, Inindra, the wind god, Yama, Taima, and Varuna, as and when necessary. Hail to you who are no other than Lord Vishnu. If you do not go about like the sun in your bejeweled chariot that ever leads you to victory, twanging your fierce bow, inspiring terror in the heart of the wicked by your very chariot, taking a huge army and shaking the terrestrial globe by the tread of your hosts, all the moral laws governing the various varnas and ashramas, and made by the Lord himself, O king, will be broken that very moment by impious men, which will be a deplorable state of things. Nay, unrighteousness will flourish on account of grasping and unruly men. If you give up all thought of the world, it will fall into the clutches of impious men and perish. Nevertheless, I ask you, O valiant king, the purpose for which you have come here. With a glad heart, we shall meet your wishes. Thus ends the 21st discourse in Book 3 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhita. Okay, thank you very much. That's it. Alright, so I think I want to do more Sanskrit studies. I'll take a little break, I'll eat something here, and then I'll do another hour of Sanskrit studies. I'm gonna read Ramayana and Kalki Purana. I just gotta I bought it like a couple of years ago, and I just reacquired it. So I'm really excited for Kalki Purana. Kalki Purana is I believe is the book that's gonna bring about the change in this world. Or it'll when I recite it, it'll coincide with the world changing, because I'm part of the world, and this is that significant. It's marking something. Basically, my Sanskrit recitation can be interpreted as marking of the changes of the world, because the world has to follow me somehow, or I have to follow the world. I mean, it's a mirror. So. It's a shadow. Is it a shadow or a mirror or both? Thank you. I'm gonna take an hour break and get going again. And after all the recitations, Sanskrit recitation, I will chant, and then I'll do yoga. I have to do. You don't have to do yoga every day. That's one thing I figured out. If you're really, really into yoga, and if you felt like me, like, oh, if I miss a day of yoga, I'm gonna die, that kind of thing. I realized that it doesn't have to be every day. I could do it every other day and stretch it even further if I feel like it. But that's about it. Thank you very much. Namaste. So yeah, more Sanskrit studies within an hour. Then I will chant for a couple of hours, and then I'll do yoga. And it's been a couple of days, I think. So yeah. Namaste. Thank you.